Welcome to the episode 11 Reality Podcast. I am your host, Ricky Valero. On today's episode, we are kicking off our coverage of season 2 of The Mole. Um, the first 5 episodes of this first batch dropped on June 28th. I'm recapping them every week. The first 5 dropped on June 28th. The second batch, episodes 6 through 8, drop on July 5th. And then batch 3 drop on July 12th, episodes 9 and 10, where we will crown our second The Mole on Netflix. Season 2 will see 12 strangers working together to complete a series of challenges with the hopes of adding money to a prize pot. However, amongst them is a player meant to secretly sabotage the group, the Mole, whose job is to prevent the group from adding any money to the fund. Throughout the season, all the players must keep tabs of the people around them and will test their intuition in periodic quizzes about the Mole's identity. Whoever scores the lowest is eliminated. I love this show. Been a big fan of the show back whenever it was on, was it ABC? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was ABC. I absolutely adore and love, and I'm excited to recap this show. I didn't get to recap it, I think last time I was on, maybe 2 years ago. I think it was Dom season and stuff like that, but I'm so excited about this season. We had a new host. Ari Shapiro is taking over the hosting duties for season 2. Before we jump in, please do me a favor if you can. If you're listening here on podcast platforms, drop a 5-star review. If you can, leave a great review, great comments, share with your friends. I do appreciate anybody that listens to the Live in Reality podcast. If you're here on YouTube with me, please like and subscribe and comment below what you thought of the first batch of these episodes. All right. Without further ado, we're going to break down all 5 episodes. I'm going to try to give you as much information with as little information, but we're going to go head first into the first 5 episodes of The Mole. We are in Malaysia, where the crew is supposed to be finding a clearing. Muna, a software engineer, is a little spicy. I love her. She's got a little spunk and attitude. We have Andy, 65, a forensic accountant. And then, of course, Hannah arrives, who she says that everyone thinks that she is a dumb blonde, but she's not. We'll see about that, Hannah. Sean is a stay-at-home dad, former undercover cop. Jen is wondering these. This was like a Signs. If you guys ever watch M. Night Shyamalan's movie, The Signs, this is exactly what it felt like. She was swatting bugs, and I was dying laughing. Niche says he has about 30 pair of underwear with him. Again, Niche, there's early aspects of this show. You start to find people that you really like, and you're really honing in on being like, these people are going to be my people. You know what I mean? Don't eliminate my people is basically what I'm trying to say. I like the Michael guy right away. Ari Shapiro said there was 12, they were the lucky 12, but lurking in the grass is a menace. Could turn the game upside down before it begins. It's 5 people dressed up in red and black. These 5 people just missed out on being on the show and would do anything to be on the show. Their first mission is right here, right now. It's an assault course. The intruder's goal is to make it to the car. If they make it to enter, they enter the competition. The objective is to stop them, and if they have hit them with the paintball gun, they're out. But if they make it, whoever is picked as a leader will be the one replaced. But if they win, they get $20,000. Niche was ready to go full force to be the leader, but then took a step back once he found out if the one of the people of the intruders make it to the car, the leader is eliminated from the show. So he took a step back. They have 5 minutes to pick a leader. If they do, they will pick $10,000. If they don't, they won't make any money, and somebody at random will be picked. They all decided to vote. Niche catches all the votes left and right. Niche is telling everyone he hasn't had a shot at paintball gun. He is the leader, and the team adds 10K to the pot. Zone 1 is the slingshot, where we see Q and Sean as the shooters in Zone 1, with Muna and Hannah as support. Zone 2 sees Andy sitting in a shooter spot. And then Zone 3 is a big zone with 3 paintballers, but only have 10 shots per person. Jen, Ryan, and himself, Niche, are the final defense. Sean and Q were awful. I mean, God awful at shooting people. They made it through Zone 1 without any problems. Like, this was like, all right, Sean, Q, what are we doing here, man? Are you guys the Mole? Because we've already, we got eyes on you two right off the back, all right? The intruders have the shields and smoke bombs now to make it through. They're having to swivel Andy around the platform to give him the opportunity to shoot at somebody. Andy knocked down one intruder. Boom, enter intruder number 2. They made it through because someone couldn't adjust Andy. Andy isn't sure if he's being sabotaged or not. The intruder got the key. So 4 people left, but only one of them can make it to the car and take over. The defense 3 is live. They got 1 because of Ryan. They're down to 20 shots. Jennifer, with her last shot, got him. 2 people left, 10 shots. They got 1 last one. 1 person left with only 1 bullet. This was insane. Ryan with the final bullet, boom, nailed him. And Niche is obviously everybody's like, oh, well, Niche is so Niche is safe. Now I will say this: Niche is my first suspect as the mole. Maybe the producers protected their mole to begin with to see if they would work together. I'm just saying. And Hannah put 2 and 2 together here at the beginning about it being easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a little easy competition here. I really not sure these 5 people were vying for a spot in the house. That's going to be one of my first questions. I want to ask the producers, what were they really trying to fight for a spot, or were we just trying to test this team? Hannah and Jen are BFFs already, and Tony is in their alliance as well. Tonight is going to be their first elimination quiz. They must pick 3 trustworthy people. If they agree to help the team or help themselves, the phone will ring 3 times. Each will have an answer the phone. If they all choose the group, they will win $5,000. Jen tells the group everything but the 5K thing when asked if there's any more details. Suspicious activity already. Muna got the first slot. Tony got the second slot. Deanna is the third. The first ring, Deanna heads to the phone booth first. Ari's on the phone. He said, you have 2 jobs in the game. Stay in the game and add money to the pot. If she hits 1, she will add 5K to the pot. If the others do it as well. If she hits 2, one of her answers will be automatically changed to the right answer. Deanna announced what it was. She said she picked the money. Tony's turn. He wants to be the hero and love how everyone picked. So he picked the cash. Muna is thinking about how she doesn't know who the mole is yet and picks option 2. Fuck yes. This right here is what I'm talking about. We are playing a game. I'm trying to stay in the game. It's too damn early to be eliminated. Ari has arrived, announces they didn't add 5K to the pot. Tony said, I said no to the money. He said no to the money, which he misspoke. Jen is upset because they thought they picked the right person. Muna said someone here is a good liar. I love her already. Muna is like, Muna, right here, dog. First quiz arrived, 20 questions. Whoever gets the most wrong is gone. Imagine if you get the one correction, like if you got the 1 correction and still get sent home, like that would be hilarious. Muna, Hannah, Tony, Ryan, Sean, Michael, Melissa, Andy are all safe throughout this entire thing. Q is freaking the fuck out because he's thinking he's going to go home. Boom, his light was green. Niche, Jennifer, Deanna are 3 left. It's a cliffhanger, obviously, heading into episode 2. We have Niche, Jennifer, Deanna are the 3 left. Niche is up. He got the green light. Of course, he is safer because he's the mole. Like, he's #1 suspect right now is the mole. It's down to Deanna and Jen, and it's Jen. I guess the Hannah, Jen, and Tony alliance is already over. Of course, she gets escorted right out without saying a word. I love that they do that. Don't give them opportunity to spill any tea or anything like that. Muna says she doesn't feel bad at all. Everyone asked whoever did the extra point should speak up. They're all mad already. It didn't take very long. Next up, they're heading to Teomon Island. My God, it was stunning. This is one of the competition. I want to go on the mole so bad just because of the beautiful sceneries, except for there's like 1 competition that I wouldn't have done. But 18th century pirates scoped the land, and today's competition is a treasure hunt. An abandoned shakeup had a map. They can use it to uncover 2 clues, with 1 being deep in the water and the other being high in the cliff top. And if they find the clues, they can get the loot. After, they must build a boat and get them in it and make the thing go off to win the competition. They have 2 hours to complete the competition. Niche is trying to take charge again, and nobody is happy. Andy, Deanna, Sean, and Muna are on raft building. Tony and Hannah are still working together. It's smart to build a mini alliance because, in my opinion, you have to have someone helping you, and you're doing it in return to help them with the quizzes. It kind of gives you an extended time of the show, but also obviously a chance at winning the money. Andy, Deanna, Sean, Muna are working to build a raft, and Sean has made a dad rap. It was awful, but it was hilarious. Like, this guy made me laugh right off the rip. Andy said his wife is a Girl Scout leader and gave him a crash course on tying knots before he came on. Ryan is noticing that everyone on her shipwreck team that she is nobody's helping. Hannah and Michael aren't being super helpful. Ryan found the shipwreck and found it had a first aid kit. Because of how deep it was, she wasn't sure she'd be able to get it. She sees from her team she isn't surely that anybody else is going to be helpful to get this first aid kit out of the water. Q, Tony, and Niche are struggling to find what they wanted. Tony is suspicious of Niche's action. Yes, me too. Niche is mole. So far, that's what we're going with right now. They found out they thought that with the treasure chest, but it was just the sardines and the food. But it's the the treasure chest they opened was right there in front of them. They thought that that this treasure chest was it. So they were like all excited, gun-ho, ready to go. However, they realize that this thing is above them. Like obviously the cameraman pans above, it's above them. Finally, back to Ryan in the water. She's struggling. Melissa sucks in the water, period. Ryan tries to get Michael to go do it, but he keeps fumbling the bag. He snagged the first aid kit, but fumbled it. And this is the first time we were like, oh my God, he might be the mole. But this is also to me like the first time I feel like, all right, I got to throw some suspicious on me. So if they vote for me, I'm not the mole. Okay. I don't think I'm the mole. I know I'm not the mole, but if they think I'm the mole, that means they're testing wrong. They're going home. I'm not going home. All right. Finally, the nerds looked up. They see the treasure. Each of them said they missed it. The clue was the treasure pressure. Back to Michael. He finally gets the emergency kit, which was a message in a bottle. Ryan is suspicious on how much time Michael wasted to unfold. To fold and under is to find, fold, and under is part of their clue. Tony, Q, and Nish are coming up with their other part of the clue. It reads to find the treasure, fold under the pressure. The treasure is literally on the beach they've been sitting on forever. They've got 26 minutes to do this. Hannah informed the raft crew that the treasure has been found, but Andy is saying he isn't sure it's going to work. He's already throwing Muna under the bus. Poor Muna. What did she ever do to you? Mamie. First treasure is in. The second is arriving. 16 minutes left. Ain't no way they I literally didn't think they were going to compete this competition. But I'll be damned. With minutes to spare, they completed the competition. $45,000 has been added to the pot. Q said the mole is mad they are losing money. I wouldn't say that. I say early. This is my thing. Okay, this is how I feel about this. No, because I feel like you let them add stuff to the pot early in this competition, right? Because of that, you do that. You build it, the momentum, etc., right? Tonight, they will face elimination quiz, or perhaps one won't, as Aria reveals there is an exemption card. If you have it, you won't face the quiz. Q said he would be boo-boo the fool if he didn't want it. Ari shares the prize pot. The money will drain. The people can remove themselves. So basically here, let me set the stage for you guys sitting at home. You probably watched it, but let me just set the stage. Everybody's sitting inside this little restaurant peak. All right. $1,000 ticks down for every minute somebody's sitting there. There has to be one person remaining. They get the exemption. Okay. However, if you step up, you get out. Obviously, you're taking the test tonight. Everybody's being a little hard-headed right off the bat. Money is starting to tick down. People are arguing already. Hannah says she doesn't feel comfortable about Nish getting it. They've already lost $5,000. Tony proposes an ultimatum saying he's willing to see it get down to zero. This was a motherfucking boss move, okay? People are going to watch this. They're going to get mad. Oh, my God, I can't believe they let so much money take down. No, I'm trying to stay in the game. I'm trying to win some money. We got more competitions coming. Andy said that Tony's his prime suspect. Again, I don't think this is like mold behavior. Deanna walks out first. Tony said he doesn't give a damn about the money. He just wants to win. I don't care. Like he's just dropping bombs. To me, this was brilliant. This was like a brilliant gameplay. It's too early in the game. Q was mad because he said he wants to win the money. Hannah said she just wants to win as well. Nish and Q are out. Nish said people have too much money, apparently. They're almost down to $15,000. I think they're around like 45 when the competition started. Hannah and Tony both made bold statements saying that they're going to wait it out even if it goes down to zero. Andy's out. We were down to $17,000. Muna, Hannah, Ryan, and Tony are left. 20K has now been rendered from this thing. Tony lays down. Q is freaking the fuck out. He's playing this game perfectly. I love this so much. Ryan leaves. 25K is gone. Muna, Hannah, and Tony are left. Muna leaves after $26,000 is down. It's down to Tony and Hannah, who are laughing at each other. Q said it's Bonnie and Clyde, which was actually funny as hell. She said, I'll bet my eyelashes to Exemption. She said, now she's telling the camera this. She said she will be having him eating at the palm of her hand. Tony is like, she is hot, but he's here to win. It's like a game of chess here. She's convinced he will get her to do it, but Tony refuses. She said she never had a guy say no to her. And then, of course, moving right into episode 3, finally, we left off with Hannah and Tony draining the money. She flirts with him a little bit more. She says he has a crush on her, and she gets everything she wants. Ultimately, $35,000 later, Tony gets up, and Hannah got the exemption. It's the most expensive exemption in the history of the mole. People are now pissed. Obviously, we only have a little over 10,000. We only have right at $10,000 because I already rounded up to 9870, up to 10,000. And he said tonight we're going to have somebody go home. Here we go. Who will follow in Jen's footsteps and being the second person eliminated from the show? Nish, Muna, Deanna, Ryan are all safe. Tony's sweating. Andy was next. Got the red light of doom. Bye, Andy. Andy, gone. All right. Jennifer and Andy are both gone. Moving right along here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, press the wrong button on my TV screen, on my screen here. Let's see here. Episode 3. Here we go. All right, Andy was next to them. It's mission time. Tony and Hannah are holding hands with each other on the car ride. Everyone wants to add to the pot. When they choose the car today, they pick their team. So Melissa, Deanna, Muna, Nish, and Ryan are in one car. Nish thinks they will pick him again. They're like, no, fam, like, you're not going to be the leader again, bro. Melissa is leader for this episode. Michael, Hannah, Tony, Q, and Sean. Sean volunteers to be the leader. Everyone agreed. They are in the forest city of Singapore. Someone above them has 2 units of valuable jewelry. They have their alarms in the stairways and the ladders. Sean and Melissa are both terrified of heights, and they're going to have to rappel down 30-story building, and then they have to find a red chair. Relay to the team. They will break into the room, get the safe, 10K in jewels. If both teams pull out the heist, it'll be 20K to the pot. Sean slays this within like 20 minutes. Michael thinks this is suspicious because he did it with a breeze, because he said he was afraid of heights inside the apartment. They're struggling to figure out how to get into the safe. Finally, 10 minutes later, Melissa was on floor 4 as well. So both teams are on the same floor. 30 minutes to crack the safe. These folks are struggling. Q figured out playing with the flashlight for 20 minutes. It got it to work. It was like a UV switch, so the lights switch on and off. Team 2 finally figured out the UV situation as well. They kept trying and trying and trying so many different ways to get it opened. So they had an option to take a clue. If they take the clue, it would be $5,000. So if they figure it out, they will add $5,000 to the pot or not. So because of that, one group was able to unlock it, one group was not. So they, of course, got $5,000. So the pot is up to $15,000. Ari said this will be the last meal for someone. However, he said they're in their next mission. 10 of them are here. He arranged it for them to have fortune cookies. 5 are cash for the pot. 5 are exemptions. Each round, they will have someone vote until there are only until 5 people left. It's a game of truth and lies. If they vote correctly, they can easily triple their pot up to $50,000. But if someone is left with an exemption, no. So people have a set amount of $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000, or they have an exemption. Okay. So only one person has 20K, 2 people have 10K, and only 2 people have 5K, right? That's 20, 30, 40, 50, yes. So Deanna, Michael, Melissa, and Q swear they all have 5K, but only 2 of those people have 5K, meaning someone's lying, obviously. Sean, Nish, Muna, Hannah say they have 10K. Only 2 of them obviously have 10K. Tony says he has a 20K. Ryan says she has a 20K. Obviously, Tony's legit and screaming at the top of his lungs, saying as such. Heading into episode 4 of The Mole. Here we go. All right. We're back to the fortune table cookie, which I love this competition so much, guys. Nobody trusts Tony. Every time someone vote for, everyone's time to vote for the someone at the table. Everyone voted for Ryan, which obviously was a shock. She had the exemption, so they were able to clean $20,000. Sean, Nish, Hannah, and Muna all say they have 10K, but only 2 of them have it. Everyone fights amongst each other. This shit is like hilarious. It's fun. 4 votes for Muna. She reveals she had an exemption, so 2 for 2 so far. $30,000. It's down to Sean, Nish, and Hannah. Everyone votes for Sean. They're 3 for 3. Deanna, Michael, Q, and Melissa say they have 5K. Melissa and Q grab votes. We have a tie. Nish is the only one left. He votes Melissa, and it was an exemption. Deanna, Q, and Michael are left. Q kisses his necklace, which was his mom's. Final vote, 2 for Mike, 2 for Deanna, and the last vote is for Deanna. Deanna said she had 5K. Michael knocked this one out of the ballpark, saying, I love it. He reveals that he had the exemption. The group added $45,000 to the pot, so the pot is now at $60,000. Mike is safe heading into the next round. Deanna's safe. So Deanna, Tony, Nish, Q, Ryan, Sean, Melissa, safe, 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 safe. Hannah and Tony have like this showmance going on. I kind of really like it. They arrived at oh, Melissa's gone. Yeah, what am I doing here? Like, Melissa's gone. Melissa's gone. Melissa's gone. Melissa's gone. So it's Andy, Ryan, and wait, who got eliminated episode 3, guys? Sean volunteer for the leader. Yeah, so Jen, Andy, and Melissa are now eliminated. Jen, Andy, and Melissa, right? So Jen and I'm going to write this back down. But yes, so Jen, Andy and Melissa are our first 3 people eliminated from the show in the first 4 episodes. All right, so here we go. All right, they have arrived in Malaysia. They were all interviewed on how they would play the game if they were the mole. Each person can watch the movie, but it'll cost them $5K per viewing. Or if they don't watch it all, they will win $25,000. There is $60,000 in the pot. Everyone watched the tape. 9 people are left in the show. Everyone but Q watched the tape. It was hilarious. Everyone keeps on kind of suggesting whether or not they went to the movies or not. Ari announces how much money they lost to the pot. Out of the 9 people, 8 of them joined them. $40,000 is gone from the pot. $20K left in the pot. Q was pissed. Tony said he was watching Hannah's because he is confident it is Michael. Michael said he's going to watch Hannah's. Niche as well. Ryan, Michael, and Muna watched Ryan's. Let's see here. Q is pissed. Obviously, they're going to attend a gala tonight. They're all dressed up to be as waiters. Ari said they have good news and bad news. They're going to be attending a gala, but they will be the staff instead. 60 guests are bearing grist. Only 3 of them have $10,000. Their job is to get rid of 57 people. If they can win, they can add $30,000 to the pot. This competition was a little bit weird. Didn't really love it. The teamwork was kind of suspect, but I did find one thing hilarious was Sean realized that Michael thought he might be the mole. So he purposely sabotaged something to make him keep his eye on, because he, of course, is saying, I'm not the mole. So he's like, if you keep following me as the mole, then I myself, being the mole, would not have to worry about anything, because then you might be eliminated chasing me because you think that I'm the mole, right? There's a lot of that going on. All right. So as a result of that, Sean actually sabotaged them without realizing he was sabotaging, just to get Michael to think that he was the mole. Now, could that be like a double sabotage and that could be crazy? Yes, also that's true. But I don't really feel like Sean's the mole. Sean ended up, so then first gift, $10,000, locked it in. Next, second, and third gift, $0. Michael confronts Sean about watching his video. It is quiz time. Tony wanted to share more information with Hannah, but she's playing his ass. So ahead of the quiz, our showmans is not playing fair anymore. Hannah and him had been sharing information for this entire time. They've been talking to one another, telling each other everything, blah, 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 blah. But in episode 4, heading into episode 5, everybody starts being safe. We get dramatic. Tony is confident, thinking that he and Hannah have the same people. So because she was safe, he was going to be safe. However, wrong. She played his ass, guys. She played him, and now he's gone. My thing is this. My only problem with this is it's way too early. Way too early. Now, Niche, being smart as he is, Niche says Hannah is the reason why Tony is gone. They're heading to Port Klang shipping dock. Somewhere in the yard, there are 20 containers with cash boxes worth over $50,000. They must load the stuff into the person who they think the mole is. So whoever the person they think is the mole, they have to load into their trucks. So it's like Muna, Michael's, and Sean's trucks. So if you can load some money into each of them, but whoever the person that everybody thinks the mole is right now is the person that is in the competition, is the person with the truck they need to fill it up with so they can win the money. There's 4 zones. $26,000 has been found so far. Michael is lying to everyone, saying that he picked Muna and not Sean. They found a doubler in a box, so if they put in the right container, they'll win double their money. They have found all the boxes, and now they're trying to split up amongst the containers. So they have initially put $8,000 in Sean's, $16,000 in Michael's, and $50,000 in Muna's. They changed it to $51,000 in Muna, $19,000 in Michael, and $5K in Sean. It was the final answer. Here comes the truck. It was Michael, so everybody obviously was lying. So Sean obviously knows damn well he lied as well. So they brought $19,500 to the pot. The pot sits at $49,500. Ari says they'll have to play another game tonight. Of course, the exemption is up for grab. Oh, this one's a good one, y'all. Old school TVs in the room with everybody sitting at a desk. Sean, and then he says, there are 3 advantages available, but must bid using the pot money. Sean speaks up saying he would like to spend money. Michael said he is willing to spend money to keep everyone thinking that he's the mole. First up, information. 15 minutes to study one team member's files. Everyone agrees they shouldn't spend the money. There's no bids. $5K was added to the pot. Pot is now at $54,500. Second, a correction. One of One of their wrong answers will be a correct in the next quiz. Everyone argues no bids. 5K, 59,500. Obviously, we're going to get a cliffhanger here, guys. Last box, Exemption. We know we're getting a cliffhanger. This is a credible cliffhanger to get us to come back to watch episodes 6, 7, and 8. Right before the episode ends, the highest bidder for this exemption after the 5th episode was $59,500. Somebody bid the entire amount of the pot. And Q is pissed. What a crazy first 5 episodes of the GOAT. Some been covering the GOAT for some of the Mole season 2. We had Tony, Melissa, Jennifer, and Andy get eliminated in the first batch. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I would love to hear your thoughts on who you think is the Mole. Okay, before we go, I'm going to give you my opinion who I think is the Mole. Deanna seems too obvious. Too honest, I'm sorry. Sean, I don't think he's good enough to be the Mole. Niche, I was really hardcore on Niche, and I still feel like he might be it, but I feel like he's too obvious at this point. Ryan might be too quiet to be the Mole. Michael is way too suspicious as well. Hannah's a great player. I don't think she's the Mole. My 2 main suspects right now are Q and Hannah. Those 2, I've got my eye on those 2. Muna is playing a great game. I'm still not convinced she's not the Mole, but Q is somebody that I feel like is eccentric. He's loud, all of these things on purpose. And there's some method behind his madness. Let me know who you guys think is the Mole in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Love and Reality Podcast. We'll be back next week.